Greetings, adventure. Welcome to the D20 Academy podcast. I'm Shiloh.
And I'm Gabe. And this week, we are going into episode 49, our second part of our Explorer's Guide to Wildemount review. Alright, before we jump into this, it's going to be a nice episode. Don't know how long it's going to be. Probably long because Shiloh and I like to talk. But, a couple things before we get into it. We have a couple things that are going to be happening on our Discord. We've got some plans there.
Oh, yeah.
By the time this is out, they're already going to be up and running. We have a lot of things coming up for the podcast. I want to make sure that you guys are plugged in on our social media. We have our Instagram at D20_Academy. You can message us there, get into our Discord. We're going to be doing a ton of new things, and I'm really excited about all of those.
Yeah.
A lot of things in the work. Anything else before we start this?
We also have a YouTube channel, so like if you don't have access to Instagram or something, you can comment on a video there. Right now we're just re-uploading all of our podcast episodes onto there. Then we have some cool stuff that we're gonna start releasing on there, YouTube videos and things that we're thinking of. YouTube exclusives, which are gonna be like shorter, sweeter little tips and things like that, as opposed to these long podcast episodes. But yeah, as we mentioned, this is part 2 of our Wildemount review. Go listen to the first part. It's a good time. But this one's going to also be a really good time, and I'm really excited for it. Anything else?
Let's get into it.
All right. Welcome back. Cheers.
Cheers.
We have our respective teas.
Mm-hmm. Mine is still boiling hot, so I'm going to chill for a second there.
Yeah. I got mint. Mm-hmm. Mint medley, it's called.
Mint medley.
All right. Guys, we're on chapter 4. Character
Race.
options. Just character options.
Just kidding.
Not just race. Not all about
Sure.
race.
Welcome to the race hour. We're going to be talking about race.
Oh, man. You know in VHS when he's like, rank your favorite races. And she's like, what? Don't worry, no one will judge you. Well, I'm white, so I guess white, and I like Indian foods. I guess we meant World of Warcraft. That's why I think Pathfinder made it called Ancestries. Anyway. So this kicks off with races. Then we're gonna go into like subclasses and magic and stuff. I love this chapter. This is a fun chapter.
It's pretty cool.
We love talking about like classes and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you know from our on our third counter reviews and our class spotlights. So we definitely have a lot to talk about here.
Mm-hmm.
We have all the races.
All the races.
Don't we here?
Other than orc.
No, we have orcs.
Look, it's not listed as in like the other races.
No, the monstrous races are in here. Every single race ever officially released for D&D is in here.
Okay. Alright.
So all the ones from Volo's Guide.
Yeah.
So like bugbears, all in here. Everything, right? That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, maybe orcs are not in here. Nope.
See?
They are in here. Nope. Yeah, they are. Orcs and half orcs. There's a section on orcs and half orcs. Anywho, hey guys, so they have.
We're 2 seconds in. I'm already losing my mind.
By the way, there's every single race ever officially published thus far. I think, other than the ones published in other campaign settings like Eberron and stuff, because they're like Warforged or whatever is not in here. But other than that, basically every race is in here, which is awesome.
Yeah,
this is a one-stop shop for all your racial needs. This is getting really weird.
Yeah. The word say race is just got.
Yeah, race is a loaded word. Anyway, so there's, Aarakocra and Firbolgs and Aasimar and all that stuff from Volo's Guide. It's also the monstrous races, plus some new sub races, plus.
Ooh.
Maybe that's it. Oh, plus it's just a description of how every single race fits into the world.
Yeah, that's the part that I love about this
me too.
section here on races.
This is bad. We gotta move on soon.
Is that they have a lot of information on like Let's take, like, dwarves, for example. You say, like, okay, dwarves in the Dwendalian Empire. Like, this is what their life is like, you know. This is what they typically do. Their trade, their jobs, their culture, you know. Like, oh, it's about beer. Cool.
Nice.
No, but, like, it breaks down how dwarves, elves, furbolgs, things like that work in each region of the world. Well, not each geographic
Right.
region.
So just Dwendalian Empire, Menagerie Coast, Xhorhas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a note on every single race. I just also realized I don't believe there is a Triton.
True.
There's no Triton in here. I'm so
Who
sorry.
likes
You
Tritons?
wanted to play a fish boy, guys. I'm so sorry. We're not gonna go over all of these races. Maybe some of them you haven't heard before, like the Kenku and all that kind of stuff. But you can find those stats or whatever somewhere else. The only ones though we are gonna talk about are the new ones, because there's a couple new like sub races and stuff that that's in here.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is the elf, the new
Sea
elf
elf?
sub races.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the sea elf. I feel like the sea elf came from another book.
It seems like it would, but
I feel like I've seen it before somewhere. Is it in Volo's guide? I don't know where it's from, you guys, but I feel like I know the sea elf. I've seen it somewhere. There's the Triton. The sea elf comes from something. I know it. I know I've seen it in a book before. I don't know. Okay, I don't know where it is. I don't know what book it's from, but yeah. So let's go over the sea elf real quick. They're just they live on the Menagerie Coast and stuff, I assume. So what do they got?
Constitution score increase by 1. Sea elf training. You're proficient with the spear, trident, light crossbow, and net. Gotta love the net.
The net, the best weapon
Mm-hmm.
on the table. You also have a swing speed of 30 feet. You can breathe air and water. Awesome. And you talk to fish like Aquaman in that great movie. What's it called? Justice League. You know that great movie?
I was gonna say Aquaman.
Is it an Aquaman movie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there is an Aquaman. Yeah, no, there is, of course. But in Justice League, it's like, do you talk to fish or something? I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also you can write in Aquan or whatever, which is like the elemental language of water that never comes up ever in your game.
What do you do? Just like pour like water on a page, like a certain design?
Sorry. One ability is Friend of the Sea. Using gestures and sounds, you can communicate simple ideas with any beast that has an innate swimming speed. That's cool. I like sea elf training. I like getting proficiency with the spear, trident, light crossbow, and net. Those aren't the best weapons, but like those are cool sea weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish trident was also like a martial version, because I want to use a trident, but they suck so much.
That's the thing with like a lot of weapons, you know, like I want to use a whip, but they suck.
It's because whips suck. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy. But like in the campaign we're playing, I want to use a spear because like I'm like a Greek soldier character who they use spears and shields. That's what they use. But spears are like little simple weapons that are kind of trash. They don't even have reach. I thought they had reach this whole time. They don't even have reach. So yeah. I feel like there needs to be like some martial versions.
Which like contrasts like actual military history where spears were way more used than swords.
Yeah, and like the reach on spears, like the point of spears and everything. Anyway, you guys, but like because there are simple spears, but also like a martial spear.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the sea elf.
Considering we get like 10 billion swords and 3.5 trillion axes, I feel like maybe we can afford 2 spears.
Yeah. The con bonus makes it like really versatile. I like that. So I guess if a sea elf, you have Dex +2, con +1.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty. That's
fine.
nice and safe and good. Good fighter. That's some good fighter stats right there.
Good Dex fighter.
Okay, now the cooler elf subrace.
Pallid elf. The pallid elves are mystical, insightful people with skin as pale as the surface of Exandria's largest moon.
All right, there's 2 moons.
They emerged from the pallid grove this century and wandered the world with childlike curiosity.
Yeah, so they're like elves that used to live in this, if I remember correctly, this forest that was like enchanted and like no one could go in there, and they just like lived peacefully for a long time. And then recently something happened to the forest, so they've come out, and they're like, whoa, the world is so different. I didn't know it was like this, because the last time they were out was like 100 years ago or something. Anyway, Wiz score increases by 1.
Advantage on intelligence, investigation checks, and wisdom insight checks. That's pretty cool.
I like that. That's cool.
I didn't realize it was an advantage. Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was just like proficiency.
Yeah.
Advantage. That's dope.
And Blessing of the Moonweaver. You know the light cantrip, and then once you reach 3rd level, you gain access to the sleep spell, which you can cast like once a day.
Yep.
Using this trait. Then at 5th level, you gain access to invisibility, which you can only target yourself with. And same thing, you only use it like once per day.
Yeah.
It doesn't require material components, sure. So basically, it's just like a once a day at will spell, you know.
It's like the drow. They have the same kind of concept where you have like the light. No, you don't have the light cantrip. You have something, and then you at 3rd level you get like fairy fire or darkness or something like that. Or drow also have a little ability that gives them like a couple spells you can cast once per day or whatever.
So did the version of Asmar that I used.
Yes.
Which
was not official and weird in any way. Yeah, so this is cool. Yay. Wisdom. More rangers. I love elf rangers, don't you?
Dex Wiz increases.
You want more excuses for elf rangers? I mean, it's fine. Because, like, there's only 6 ability scores.
No.
Because the wood elf is wisdom, the high elf is intelligence, the drow is charisma, this sea elf is constitution. You know? It's like, what are you going to give him? Strength? I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Wisdom makes sense. They're like moon elves or whatever.
I just want some like buff elves, you know? Like give me a buff
I want
elf
some buff elves
subrace.
too, yeah.
Or like, you know, like I said, like normal elves like spending their long lives being like, oh, we're gonna pursue knowledge and enlightenment, blah blah blah. There's these other elves like, yeah, we're gonna use it to get jacked. We're gonna use this time to get so unbelievably jacked.
Okay. This is great. Next, halfling. There's a halfling subrace. The Lotus Den. Long tied to the natural heart of the Lotus Den Greenwood, which is a forest, these halflings have adapted to live synergistically with the chaotic laws of the wilds.
It's quite the introduction.
I know. I really like this one.
Alright. Wiz score increase.
I love that so much.
Child of the Wood. You know, the Druidcraft cantrip. Cool. I love all the little cantrips. You can do tiny little things with like
Thaumaturgy and Prescription. Yeah.
Druidcraft is one of those. You're like, oh, I craft a little flower.
Yeah.
When you reach 3rd
mistletoe.
level,
you can make mistletoe with Druidcraft. I just thought of
Like, now you must kiss me. Sorry, I don't know where this voice came from.
Yeah, I don't know
a
what's
little
going
bit.
on. Anyway, the 3rd level you get an Entangle, and then 5th level you gain Spike Growth, which I feel like I've never seen used in a game ever. And once again, this is like the elf subrace we just talked about.
Yeah.
Cast these all once per day, except for the Druidcraft cantrip, obviously.
You can only cast your cantrip once per day, which would be so sad. Then Timberwalk. Ability checks made to track you have disadvantage, and you can move across difficult terrain made out of like non-magical plants and undergrowth without spending extra movement.
Great. Yeah, whatever. The thing, like, you can't get too crazy with subraces, I feel like. But these are very safe. All of these. I love the whiz increase. That's my favorite part. Because halflings only had the charisma, well, the +2 to dex, right? But then a charisma bonus or a constitution bonus. And, like, I want to play a halfling cleric or a halfling druid. You know?
Yeah.
Like a halfling ranger. Or halfling monk. And the whiz increase makes halflings now move into that range. Which is nice. I like the whiz increase. That's my favorite part about that.
Quick little aside here. I'm of the opinion that I don't really care what it says to give races to increase. If like I'm DMing, I don't really care what it says. Like if it doesn't like fit what you're going for class wise, but you really want to play this race, I'm not gonna stop you, and I'm not gonna make you have like a horrible like character strength wise. You know, like I don't want you to gimp yourself just for this cool idea. I think you should go for the cool idea and have a strong character. So I just give them increases that are befitting.
Yeah.
of the class.
I don't,
I know.
but it's fine. You're like, I know, I wanted to play a turtle rogue this whole time. Anyway. But yeah, no, that's like a thing, totally. The ability score increases matter if you want them to matter.
Yeah.
Just like all things in D&D. You make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dragonborn. There are Dragonborn variants. There's 2 Dragonborn variants here. Basically, these, they have these abilities that replace the ability score increase and the damage resistance traits of the Dragonborn in the Player's Handbook. Otherwise, you take all other things for the Dragonborn class race. But the ability score increase and the damage resistance, you switch out for these.
So basically, there's like 2 different types, and like the difference is one has tails, one doesn't.
That's
And
the
there's,
only
like,
difference.
There's like a history there, but like that doesn't really matter because you might be playing in a different world or whatever.
Wait, what?
If you're just using these characters.
Oh, if you're just using these for... Oh, yeah, sure.
Alright, so the first one is called Drakenblood. Drakenbloods possess long tails and knack for social manipulation. They remember the days when they were once mighty conquerors. So yeah, then it describes like, oh, these are replacing these abilities in the player's handbook for the Dragonborn. So, the Drakenbloods get intelligence score increased by 2 and charisma by 1.
Love it.
Dark vision and then forceful presence. You can use your understanding of creative diplomacy or intimidation to guide a
Conservation.
A conversation in your favor. So when you make a charisma, intimidation, or persuasion check, you can do so again with advantage. Once you use a straight, can't use it again.
Short or long rest.
Short or long rest, whatever.
Yikes. That's a yikes, huh? The sucky ability.
Yeah.
The, whatchamacall? The Paladin Elf got advantage on all investigation and insight checks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only do 1. Isn't that such a yikes?
Yeah, why?
I have no idea. That's not broken to me. Getting an advantage on intimidation or persuasion? I don't know what the heck that's for. Once again, love the ability score increase. There's so many races that have physical ability score increases. There's so few that have just mental. Like the Tiefling is like basically the only one. Because that's +2 to charisma, +1 to intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
This is the opposite of that. And finally having another race that can actually be a good wizard. Other than Gnome. That's nice.
Hey, human.
Hey, human. Okay, the other Dragonborn variant is called a Ravenite. They have no tails. And they're very hardy physique. They used to be slaves. They're like really big and buff. And they're cool. So they have a strength +2, con +1. That's the most boring thing I could ever hear. Dark vision, 60 feet. And vengeful assault. When you take damage from a creature in range of a weapon you are wielding, you can use a reaction to make an attack with the weapon against that creature. Once you use this trait, you can't do so again until you finish your short or long rest. That's actually pretty tight.
Vengeful assault. I like that.
Yeah, but the strength and con, oh my god, we've seen this 100 times. Let's name all the races. Ready? Half-orc, Goliath, Orc, Bugbear. Like every... Oh my gosh, there's so many races that does this.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
This is why I just change things.
It's just so like... I don't know. We're not here to complain. This is fine. There's really nothing wrong with it.
We are here to
We are here to... No, you know what?
This sucks.
Cancel us if you must. But we're here to complain.
Burn this book.
Wait, what? Don't do that. You might have spent a lot of money on it.
Burn this PDF.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Then it goes through, ASMRs and whatever. We've seen all these things before. They're pretty cool. Tabaxi. Furry. Some cool furry.
Furbolgs just seem like just really chill dudes.
Dude, I want to hang out with Furbolgs in real life. Also, turtles are here.
I feel like Furbolgs took a ton of weed.
And turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Furbolgs and turtles just smoke a ton of pot. Anyway, welcome to our kid-friendly channel here. Okay. So those are like races and stuff. We spent way too long on that. There's a thing. We talked about this in the first episode, the first part of this review. But there's like a thing, a character thing. How do you describe it?
Well, it's described as a supernatural gift. So it's not like a different race. It's not a sub-race.
It's not a feat. It's not a class thing.
It's just this little
thing.
Yeah. So it's called the Hollow One. It's basically just like another option
Mm-hmm.
for character creation, where you are basically dead, but you're not.
You could come back to life.
Yeah.
Either from like the weird magic that's in the land, or like you were literally revived. I like the idea that like what I would do is that character death can be kind of meaningless sometimes in D&D because there are many ways to bring a character back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And if it happens too much, like in our campaign, people died quite a lot near the end.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone kept getting raised from the dead and stuff, and it was still kind of heavy every time or whatever. But what would be dope is that in the Wildemount campaign that you're playing, if when you die and get resurrected, you become a Hollow One, like no matter what. And if you just get resurrected in this land,
Yeah.
you become a Hollow One.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cooler and make it mean, a little more.
Yeah. So basically, it's just like additional things to add on to your race.
Yeah. Your character.
Yeah. So things like you don't age. You basically have like a way to get back to your feet if you're unconscious.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I really like this. When you make a death saving throw and roll 16 or higher, you regain 1 hit point. Finally.
Yeah. It must be like weird for like new players, like, ooh, I succeeded. Am I awake now?
Yeah. It's a weird thing. I don't think you should come back to consciousness with 3 successes or whatever.
Mm.
But it is a little confusing.
Yeah.
But this is just a nice little ability. I've been waiting for something like this.
Yeah. And then it just says like, ooh, you register's undead.
Yeah, you're undead
Stealth
and a
effects.
humanoid now.
Yeah. And then you can just be creepy as an action.
Yep.
Yep.
You can creep people out.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a super big drawback on this, because like the death saving throw thing is a bonus. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Plus, scaring people can help. That's a cool thing. I would say the only like drawback would be that undead effects hurt you. Which is fine, but it's not like too crazy that like,
Yeah.
the power gamers are like totally gonna want to play this all the time, just like
Bro.
for that little.
If you play a Hollow One cleric and you cast Turn Undead, do you start running too?
Oh my gosh. Oh, also, what I would have liked, so basically the Unsettling Presence. As an action, unsettle a creature within 15 feet. They have disadvantage on the next saving throw they make within the next minute. Constructs, undead, and creatures that can't be frightened are immune to this feature. Once you use it again, can't use it until you finish a long rest. Whatever.
Mm.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Sure.
That's pretty useful. Well, also would have been cool if something that's kind of like a bonus and a drawback, like you have advantage on all intimidation checks, but disadvantage on all persuasion checks. Something like that.
Yeah.
Because like you're not charming at all, because you're creepy. But because you're creepy, you can, because that's like a bonus and a drawback, so that balances out. Something like that would be cool.
Yeah. Not bad.
All right.
All right.
Subclasses, guys. You know how much we
Subclasses.
love talking about classes and subclasses.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right into the news.
Mm-hmm. Dunamis and Dunamancy.
So Dunamis is this new energy thing. The magical energy of potentiality and actuality. In anticipatory arcane force that helps shape the multiverse and might very well be what holds its elements together. Like an infinite web of unseen tethers. That's all one sentence, and that's
Yeah.
the first sentence here.
That's one sentence.
Thank you, Matthew Mercer, for your comprehensive writing.
Bro, he just had like the entire thesaurus website up. He's like, okay, I'm for this entire thing, one sentence. Boom.
Basically, Dunamis is the magic of potential and time and gravity.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. There are a couple subclasses here, breaking down and using those things.
Yeah, basically, in the world itself, it originates from the Kryn dynasty, which is the Drow kingdom, if you remember from part 1. They experiment with Dunamancy and time magic and gravity magic and stuff. Okay, let's get on to my favorite of these 3 subclasses.
Mm-hmm.
The fighter one.
The Echo Knight.
Echo Knight. First of all, that sounds kind of like an Overwatch character.
Echo Knight?
Um,
Well, Echo is an Overwatch character.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Yeah. It was just released.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like this robot that. Never mind. It's probably not suited for the. Never mind.
Nobody cares. We know you don't play Overwatch. Okay, can we get into this first ability here? Because this is awesome.
Alright. So, 3rd level, this is what you get when you choose the subclass. You can manifest an echo, which is basically like...
Just read it.
An echo above you.
Yeah.
As bonus action, you can magically manifest an echo of yourself in an unoccupied space you can see within 15 feet of you. The echo is a magical, translucent, gray image of you that lasts until it is destroyed, until you dismiss it as a bonus action, or until you manifest another echo, or you're incapacitated.
Yeah.
So it's got an AC of 14 plus your proficiency, 1 hit point, and immunity to all conditions. If it has make like a saving throw, it uses your stuff.
Yeah.
Same size as you, occupies its space. On your turn, you can mentally command the echo to move up to 30 feet in any direction. No action required. If it's ever more than 30 feet away from you, it is destroyed. And then you can use the echo in the following ways. As bonus action, you can teleport and magically swap places with the echo at a cost of 15 feet of your movement. Pretty cool. You can do that without like expending any resource other than just your movement for that turn.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like that it didn't use a bonus action, it uses movement. I like that a lot.
Or, when you make the attack action on your turn, any attack you make with that action can originate from your space or the echo space. You can make this choice for each attack. That's so cool.
I love that so much.
You can just like have your echo attack.
When a creature that you can see within 5 feet of your echo moves at least 5 feet away from it, you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack as if you were in your echo space. Mwah! Mwah! Can you just do this forever?
Yeah.
Can you keep manifesting an echo? If it keeps dying? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. But guys, there's another 3rd level ability.
Called Unleash Incarnation. You can heighten your Echo's Fury whenever you take the attack action. You can make 1 additional melee attack from the Echo's position. You can use this a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier, and you regain uses on a long rest.
Mwah! Mwah! This is one of the best subclasses I've ever seen in my life.
This is so cool.
And we're not even... There's still 4 more abilities that we have to talk about.
Like, this, like, counteracts the monotony of playing a fighter.
Yeah. I love this.
It's cool flavor-wise. You have, like, this past echo of you that can have follow you, and you can, like, attack from it. And, like, strength-wise, and giving you, like, options in combat and cool ways to use things.
The tacticalness of, like, teleporting between it and stuff is so sick. That you can attack from it and, like, opportunity attack from it is just so cool. And I don't think this is too broken either. You know what I mean? It's pretty strong.
It's very strong.
Definitely getting the other ability of making additional attack from the echo space is pretty crazy. But I think also without it, though, I do think it would be a little underpowered. Without that ability. That might push it up into a more powerful area. But without that, you can just make attacks from it and opportunity attacks from it. But, like, that's, you know, that's not super crazy. And teleport between it. Yeah, I just think there's... I love the flavor. Because, you know, if you listen to Unearthed Arcana reviews and stuff, like, you want to find, like, a cool flavor, and you want the mechanics to reflect that flavor and be balanced. It's hard. It's hard. But this right here, flavor is off the charts. There's a very clear, obvious flavor, and everything fits and works into it mechanically. But let's see if it keeps that.
Alright, 7th level now. So, I don't even know if most campaigns reach 7th level. Echo Avatar. So, you can temporarily transfer your consciousness to your Echo. As an action, you can see through your Echo's eyes and hear through its ears. During this time, you are deafened and blinded. Like you're like your normal body.
Yeah.
No, like, you transfer to the Echo, and you can't see or hear anything.
When you go to your Echo, you can see through the eyes and hear through its ears, but you're blind and deaf. No, sorry, your actual person.
Yeah.
Deaf. Yeah.
You can sustain this effect up to 10 minutes. You can use You can edit at any time, requires no action, and while echo is being used in this way, you can use it up. You can move it up to 1,000 feet away from you without it being destroyed. So, this is a scouting ability. This is a little cool thing you can pull out in roleplay to like sneak into something or something like that, you know?
This is awesome. This is just taking the flavor and just keep increasing it, right? I love that this is not another battle ability, more damage, like now you deal force damage, like whatever. No, it's like a really cool other ability now that's taking what this class has already established of creating this echo and using it for combat. Now you can also use it for whatever you want, really. Like, you can find creative ways. Yeah, scouting is the first thing that comes to mind, but also doing like a little intimidation kind of thing. You know in Princess Bride when they light Andre the Giant on fire and like they push him forward on the thing and he's like, I'm the Dread Pirate Roberts. But like, you know, having like an echo like walk out or whatever. Yeah. That'd be kind of like a ghost or something. And you can like use that for something, for like a plan. I have no idea.
Seems like infiltration to like in the manifest echo feature, in unoccupied space you can see within 15 feet of you. So perhaps like you can't get past the door, but you can like see underneath it or something, or you can like you know, you can use that in cool ways.
Right. You just look under the door and you manifest him in there, and then you see through his eyes what's in there. That's tight. Yeah. That's cool. Also, like, is it considered a creature and stuff? I don't know, because, like, I wonder, like, does it trigger traps and stuff? I'm not super sure, because it doesn't say, like, it has a weight. It doesn't specify anything. It says it's the same size as you, and it does occupy a space. But I don't know, like, if it triggers, like, pit traps or whatever. I guess you're trying to have to figure that out on your own. Yeah. But that'd be cool, too. Using this ability to, like, send your guy out just in front of you in the dungeon to trigger that stuff. Okay, Shadow Martyr. 10th level. You can make your echo throw itself in front of an attack directed at another creature you can see. Before the attack roll is made, you can use your reaction to teleport the echo to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the targeted creature. The attack roll that triggered the reaction is instead made against your echo. Once you do this, you can't use it again until you finish your short or long rest. Great. So far, this is amazing.
Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
It's giving you more creative ways that you can use your echo without getting like too mechanically crazy. We have to get like all these bajillion different, you know, other abilities. It's all built around the central ability of using your echo, and then different options that you can use that echo. Yep. All right. Reclaim potential. This is 15th level. You've learned to absorb the fleeting magic of your echo. When an echo of yours is destroyed by taking damage, you can gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus your Constitution modifier. Provided you don't already have temporary hit points, you can use this number of times equal to your Constitution modifier per long rest. Yeah.
Sure. This is a little weaker. Yeah. I mean, look, you can't continually come up with banger after banger ability using this concept, but this is a little weird to me. I just feel like the moment you look at this, you're like, okay, how do I break the game with this? You know what I mean? A little bit. It's one of the things. Quick, before we go into battle, let me create an echo, and friend, you kill it. You know what I mean?
I guess I think the reasoning behind that is it's just not as interesting as the other abilities. Yeah. It's just like, oh, okay, I see this, and it's just like, okay, this is just a gain temporary hit points ability. Yeah. This isn't like an echo knight ability.
Yeah. I mean, I get the concept is kind of cool. Like, it dies and you get to like suck in its energy or whatever, which is cool. For some reason it says provided you don't already have temporary hit points. I don't know why it has that clause. I don't like that, because that means that if you only have 2 temporary hit points, you can't gain these. Yeah. So weird. Just keep it how temporary hit points already work, which is you just choose the higher one. Sure, this is cool, but I just feel like when we look at this, you're just like, okay, I just want to gain temporary hit point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. All right.
18th level, Legion of One. You can use a bonus action to create 2 echoes with your manifest echoes feature. These echoes can coexist. If you try and create a 3rd echo, the previous 2 are destroyed. Anything you do with one echo's position can be done from the others instead. In addition, when you roll initiative, you have no reuses of your Unleash Incarnation feature left. You regain 1. So basically, this is just more echoes.
And I will not complain, because more echoes is amazing. That's a great 18th level ability. Once again, not too broken,
Mm-hmm.
but like that's so cool. Now you have like 2 dudes running around. You can attack from both their positions. This is awesome. Wait a minute. With the Unleashed Incarnation ability, which is whenever you take the attack action, you can make an additional attack. Can you make additional from each of them? Or just one?
I think just one.
Okay. Anyway, this is cool. From what I see, I haven't used this. From what I see, this looks like a balanced fighter subclass.
It's so dope. Okay,
And it's
imagine
so dope.
you're like a variant human, and you take, or just like a human, because like, you know, or whatever race, because fighters get a bajillion different ability score increases, and you take like the Magic Initiate feat, and you take Mirror Image. So you just have a bajillion of you.
There's so many of you,
Yeah.
just everywhere. Or just, I was about to say the Eldritch Knight subclass, but you can't take 2 subclasses. I love it.
Yep.
This is amazing.
This is great.
Amazing.
Cool, interesting, new, works well.
Yeah. Okay. 2.
Kroners.
Yeah, there's 2 wizard subclasses. This is cool. I understand because these both go into 2 different sides of Dunamis, which is the time aspect and then the gravity aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Wizards already have a gazillion subclasses.
Yeah.
Could we have done with a subclass for a different class? Yes. That still had to do with Dunamancy? Yes. Like a monk one? I don't know. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, Chronergy magic. By the way, spoiler alert, these ones are not as cool as the Echo Knight. So these are focusing on the manipulation of time and bending the flow of time.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff.
Alright. Chronal Shift, 2nd level. You can magically exert limited control over the flow of time around a creature. As a reaction, after you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can force the creature to reroll. You can use this decision after you see whether the roll succeeds or fails. Nice little tidbit there. Keep that in mind. The target must use the second result on the dice. You can use this ability twice and regain uses on a long rest.
Okay, I have beef with this. This should be an amount of times equal to your intelligence modifier. Because then it scales with you as you level up. And this is not a powerful ability. So having a little more uses is nice.
Yeah.
Even like recharging on a shorter long rest would be nice.
2 uses long rest.
This is just not that powerful. It's kind of like a luck point in a way.
Yeah.
But it uses a reaction.
Uses a reaction. You can use it after you see whether the roll succeeds or fails.
Oh, that's true.
Which you can't with luck. But
yeah, just recharging a long rest, even of 2 forever. It's just rough. That's just
I'd just
rough.
rather play a divination wizard for one ability like that.
Yeah. You also get another 2nd level ability, which I really like, called Temporal Awareness. You can add your intelligence modifier to your initiative rolls.
Cool.
Mwah. Mwah.
There we go. Like,
Super simple, full of flavor right there. Because you're seeing it ahead of time and stuff, and so your reaction's better. That's just amazing.
And keep in mind with these wizard subclasses, a lot of these are going hand in hand with the different like spells that are released with this.
Oh yeah, because there's some Dunamancy spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, there might be points where these subclasses are lacking, but the spells might not. You know.
Right.
All right. Momentary Stasis. As an action, this is, sixth level. As an action, you can magically force a large or small creature you can see within 60 feet of you to make a con saving throw against a spell save DC, and unless the saving throw is a success, the creature is encased in a field of magical energy until the end of your next turn, or until the creature takes any damage. While encased in this way, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. You can use this a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, recharges on a long rest. Thoughts?
Just rereading it, because what? Teach within 60 feet, you make a con save. Or be encased in a field of magical energy until the end of your next turn. They're incapacitated and have a speed of 0. Sure. I don't know. When do you use this? Just a pause it, dude? Pause!
It's just like, it's a spell. It's the sphere.
Odaluk's Resilient Sphere.
Yeah.
No, but you can attack them, though.
There's one that, like,
Because they just like, ugh, they just go incapacitated and speed 0 until someone that gets attacks them or until the end of your next turn. It's cool. It's kind of just like giving an advantage on, you know, like, I mean, stopping him for a turn, like your enemy for a turn, like, it's cool. Yeah. It's fine. It seems cool. It just takes your action, which is a real rough time for a spellcaster. Because they don't like have any bonus action stuff usually.
Mm-hmm.
And so using your whole action to do this, are there just better spells you're casting at 6th level already? I don't know how you fix this, though.
I don't know.
I don't know how you fix this. It's kind of cool. I just don't know how useful it is. Okay, Arcane...
It literally feels like a spell.
Yeah, it just feels like a spell. Arcane Abiance. What? 10th level. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or lower, I love this, you can condense the spell's magic into a mote. The spell is frozen in time at the moment of casting and held within a gray bead for 1 hour. This bead is a tiny object with AC 15 and 1 hit point, and it is immune to poison and psychic damage. When the duration ends, or if the bead is destroyed, it vanishes in a flash of light, and the spell is lost. A creature holding the bead can use action to release the spell within, whereupon the bead disappears, and they use your attack, a spell attack, and spell save DC, and treat the creature who's releasing the bead as the caster. Once you create a bead with this, you can't do it again until you finish your short or long rest. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of mechanical, in hand-in-hand with flavor that I want.
Yeah. Using your ability to manipulate time to store this potential spell that others can use. Really cool, by the way. You can use that in so many different ways.
So many creative ways. Yeah.
I think of like a jailbreak, you know, where like you hand someone like the bead, you know, like
they just stuff it up their nose. Then they sneeze it out, and then they can use it in the jail. That's what you were thinking of, right? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, there's so many creative ways you can use this, and that's exactly what we want in abilities, is forcing people to be creative and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best you can ever do.
Yeah. I just like really like the idea of you being able to condense this into a little bead, and like others can use that. That's pretty dope. Alright. Convergent Future, 14th level. You can peer through possible futures and magically pull one of them into events around you.
Like Doctor Strange,
mm-hmm.
how he raises one finger.
Ensuring a particular outcome. When you or a creature you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw, you can use your action to ignore the dice roll and decide whether the number rolled is the minimum needed to succeed or one less than that number. Your choice. You can use this feature... when you use this feature, you gain 1 level of exhaustion. Only by finishing a long rest can you remove a level of exhaustion gained in this way.
Okay, this is like this is clutch as heck.
Mm-hmm.
Like the BBG like rolls a natural 20 against your cleric or whatever, and you're like, no, that's a miss actually. That's 1 less. You were so close, buddy. Or like, you succeed on the guy who like had to make the dex save to make sure to grab the bridge before he fell into the dark abyss, and he fails. Like, no, you succeed. Like, that's pretty clutch. But level of exhaustion? Are you kidding me? I like that there's just like not a finite amount of features, I guess. Amount of uses. That you can do it as much as you want, there's just continually consequences, but that is just hurts so much. You know what I mean?
It's just like...
It's not powerful enough for me.
It's too alike to the...
Divination Wizard.
And to the 2nd level ability.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's too alike, and...
I mean, it's cool. It's like, it's more powerful and stuff, but... Whatever, no one's gonna reach 14th level anyway. Okay, Graviturgy Wizard, they use gravity. We're not gonna go through this whole thing, but...
You understand.
Yeah, it's pretty...
Gravity.
Yeah, you can, like, suck people into things and make people, like, way less or way more. And then you can, like, deal extra damage with an attack or something because you're causing the gravity to pull the axe down faster. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, Dunamancy spells. We're also not gonna go through all of these. There's...
So that would take like 10 hours.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. And so these are new spells that you can only... Well, some are some are like... Wait, how the heck do these work?
So it's not... Okay,
you can only get them if you're those subclasses? Or what? Because it says a chronometry spell or a graviturgy spell. Or is that just saying this is a chronometry spell? Or can you just take these? Okay, these are available to the wizard subclasses previously mentioned in this chapter, as well as other spellcasting classes with the Dungeon Master's consent.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you choose one of those 2 wizard subclasses that we just talked about, you get access to these. Yeah, so there's one of each level at least. Yeah, there's one of each level at least. And these are all cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Some, like, give people an extra D20 to roll, like the time kind of thing. Giving people extra bonus to initiative rolls. And then there's, like, some crazy high-level ones where you, like, create, like, black holes, which are awesome.
Yeah.
Gravity sinkhole, all that kind of stuff.
I like this one. It's the second level one where you basically like, fix an object where it is, like...
A movable object?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just can't move that object. Yeah, it's like a rod of a movability or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the best cantrip. You ready? 1 action, 30 feet, instantaneous, called Sapping Sting. You sap the vitality of one creature you can see within range. They have to make a con save or take 1d4 necrotic and fall prone. I love that you're just like, boop! You're doing a little tap and they fall down. This should be force damage. Because you're just pulling them to the ground with gravity, right?
Yeah.
Why is it a necromancy cantrip? I have no idea. This is really weird. It just makes sense for them to make a strength save instead of a con, or you pull them to the ground with gravity. They take 1d4 force damage and they fall prone. Anywho, it's a little weird. It's like you sap their energy. Do they fall because they're like, I'm weak? The heck is that? I don't know.
I guess.
Anyway, so there's some cool spells here. Check them out if you want. They're a lot of them are pretty complex and they have like 3 paragraphs each.
The 9th level spell costs 5,000.
What's that one called? Ravenous.
Time Ravage.
Oh, Time Ravage. Well, there's 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Time Ravage.
But it's not the most expensive one.
What is the most expensive one?
Like spell.
Yeah, what is the most expensive spell?
Isn't it like Revivify?
It's just
No.
it's just
the
Resurrection.
True Resurrection. Yeah, True Resurrection. It's like 25.
It's 25,000.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like a gem for 25. Like. Sheesh.
Okay, wait. This is cool though. Time Ravage. Let's read it. Time Ravage. 9th level necromancy. 1 action. Range 90 feet. 1,000 gold. 5,000 gold. You target a creature you can see within range, putting its physical form through the devastation of rapid aging. They have to make a con save, taking 10d12 necrotic damage on a fail or half as much. They're going to succeed, so half as much. If the save fails, the target also ages to the point where it only has 30 days left before it dies of old age. In this aged state, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, and its walking speed is halved. Only the Wish spell or the Greater Restoration spell, cast with a 9th level spell slot, can end these effects and restore the target to its previous age.
Whoa.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm just seeing this, like, tyrannical, like, party, like, casting this on, like, a leader of a land, like a king, saying, like, you have 30 days to, like, repay us, or, like...
Yeah, that's so cool. I like this better as, like, a lich ability, and having him cast it, maybe minimize the damage, but on, like, a party member, kind of earlier levels, and so then there's, like, a whole adventure. We have 30 days. We have to go get this party member to find this magic item, or to find this MacGuffin, or this NPC that can heal this aging effect. That's cool. It would suck to be the NPC, the PC, though, that has disadvantage on everything. Whatever, at 9th level, it's a really cool concept, but, like, they're not gonna fail their save.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Heroic Chronicle. This is a new kind of system, per se, in this book.
So, it's a variety of these tables that you can roll on or choose from to give your backstory and your character just a grounding point in the world.
Yeah.
It gives you, like, more information about your character based on what background you chose, different things you can add on to your character to give it more life in the world.
Yeah, so it's like, it will attach you to, like, what's your homeland? Where's your home settlement?
Like, where do you have allies or rivals?
What's really cool is that there's a whole table depending on your background. You have allies or rivals in each of the 4 different regions. Well, kind of empires.
Yeah.
Clovis, Concord, Dwendalian Empire, Grang Wildlands, and Kryn Dynasty. So, like, a charlatan has an ally in the Clovis Concord, a rival in the Dwendalian Empire, an ally in the Grand Wildlands, and a rival in the Kryn Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. And then there's tables for now. You roll a d100 to see what this ally or rival's relationship to you is. So let's read some of these off. For the ally relationship, this person once lost a bet to you and is still trying to scrounge up the cash to pay you back. They've decided you'd both better be off if they put you in their debt instead.
Yeah. You and this person are affected by powerful magic, and now you can share a telepathic connection that functions while you're within 1 mile of each other. Cool.
That's cool. Some of the rival relationships. This person believes that you murdered their siblings. Regardless of your guilt or innocence, they're out for your blood.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's... okay.
You bested this person in combat, but they believe you cheated to defeat them. They long to prove that they are the superior warrior.
You once loved this person, but broke their heart. They're now obsessed with making you feel the same pain they felt. Matt, Mercer, what's going on? What is this?
Bro, do you need to talk?
Calm down, bro. Anyway, so this is really cool.
Yeah, so there are tables for family relationships, ally relationships, and rival relationships. All pretty cool. Give you ideas, for your backstory, characters in your backstory, all those things like that.
Yeah, and also, now there's also a table to roll the identity of these characters, these rivals and allies. So, D100, and it will give you a stat block from the monster manual, a commoner, an acolyte, a bandit. So this is really cool because not only is it giving you the stat block that you can use, it's also giving you their vocation. Are they a knight? Are they a gladiator? Are they a scout?
Yeah. If you roll 100, you end up with an adult gold dragon or adult red dragon.
Yeah. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So what is cool also about this is, depending on what you roll, a couple of these higher level, more powerful characters, and these stat blocks, also have the clause that you gain 1 fateful moment. So can you talk about what fateful moments are?
Fateful moments. It's like you and that special someone you're on the bridge, looking up at the moon.
You get on one knee.
Your hand brushes past her.
Okay. Anyway, a fateful moment.
Feel connection.
And now you can talk telepathically if you're within 1 mile of each other. But then you broke their heart. Now they're out for your blood. A fateful
and you
moment
best them in combat.
is just an important moment that happened in your life.
Mm-hmm.
That that shows that your adventure, like your fate is strange, and there's weird things about you and stuff.
Yeah.
And so you can gain a number of these based on these NPCs that you roll.
Mm-hmm. Some of these are very weird.
Some of these are mostly cool though.
Yeah.
So basically, with these fateful moments are really cool. So there's 20 of them. You roll them a d20 to randomize what fateful moments you get. And these are really cool because they give a situation that happened in your past, and now something you have because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So can you read some off?
Your parents were murdered in front of you. Roll in the ally rival identities to determine the type of creature that killed you. You have proficiency in stealth and survival skills. Cool. Your parents are murdered. That's automatically a bonus, No, but then, you find out who they are, and your proficiency in stealth and survival, perhaps, hinting to, okay,
trying to track him down and get revenge.
Or you have to survive now that your parents are dead, depending on, how old you were when your parents were killed,
Yeah. Here's a cool one. A famous warrior trained you with what has become your signature weapon. You have proficiency with a martial weapon of your choice, and you own one such weapon. It has special features as detailed in Chapter 7 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. You also have the Martial Adept feat from the Player's Handbook. Tight. That's a cool little thing.
Yeah.
And then some give you magic items that you have collected from these fateful moments. Some give you spells that you can cast innately. One gives you a horse, just awesome. And this is my favorite. While reading through a mysterious tome once owned by a parent, you found a treasure map that points toward a place in Wildemount of the DM's choice. That is awesome. That's awesome.
It's actually just an outhouse.
It's it's whatever. But points to where we...
And then it's perhaps the treasure were the
friends we made all along on the way. This is a really cool system. This fateful moment thing is really cool. I think it's not used. I need more. I want some more.
Yeah.
I want double the amount of these things.
Yeah. I like the idea, for a lot of these, more out there ally and rival identities. Like, normal people don't really have allies who are archmages or rivals who are archmages, or allies who are literally adult dragons.
Yeah.
Or assassins or nobles. Like, there's more to that. Like, people who have those kind of relations have had stuff go on in their life, so it makes sense that
that you gain these fateful moments. Just the whole system is very clean, the way things lead into other things, and it's nice.
I just want more.
Yeah, I just want a little more for this fateful moment thing in particular.
Yeah.
Then, if you want to really, really ground your character in this world, you can roll on your favorite food.
Based on where in the world
you come from.
Yeah.
Guys, there's literally a table. You roll a d8, and you get your favorite food.
I'm just getting really hungry.
Anyway. Sure, that's cool. This is some world building stuff.
Food.
Don't know why I have to take up a page and a half, but that's cool. Okay, now
Alright.
onto my favorite part.
Mysterious secrets. This is like another little thing, like, oh, what's your mysterious secret in your past, blah, blah, blah. Like
Right.
an inciting moment for your character, a reason why you're adventuring or whatnot.
Yes.
They range from, okay, basic adventuring, like, secret, like, oh, I was called to by a rumbling voice. And some of them are just weird. Okay, let's read a couple.
Let's read a couple of these.
Alright. I was the only witness of a cold-blooded murder. In the aftermath, I saw the killer take a gold coin with a ruby inlaid at its center from the victim's body. Okay.
Great, that's a great mysterious secret. What's going on here? What does this gold coin mean? But then, let's see. There's so many good ones. Oh, I once caught a falling star. It looked up from my hands and smiled, then told me to look for it on the day when fire erupts from the earth. Okay.
I once had a dream where an old stranger looked me dead in the eye, screamed "Scourger!" at the top of their lungs, and then exploded into a column of flame.
Okay, it's just a weird thing.
Where's the sibling one?
Okay. I woke up one night to find one of my siblings perched on my chest, staring into my eyes. They said, "The time is soon," and then giggled and ran off. When I asked them, they had no memory of the event. What? They weren't just pranking you? What is going on? That's not a mysterious secret.
I had a friend who was a farmer. Every week, their crops doubled in size until they had pumpkins as big as houses. The next week, the friend was gone and the fields were torched. I never heard from them again.
Like, what?
What?
This is the best one. This is our favorite one. I ate a fruit whose seed spelled out a magic word where I'd cast them onto the ground. Years later, I saw the same word spelled out within a slice of bread. Guys, these are some mysterious secrets here. Yeah, this is like the weirdest table. I don't like it. Okay. It's just, there's too many weird ones for it to be cool. It's so easy, I feel like, to come up with really interesting, cool, mysterious secrets. Maybe it's not. I don't want to, Okay. Final thing here. Prophecy.
Are there prophecies surrounding your character, like things that hint for your future?
Yeah.
That guides you in your journey.
Yeah, so there's a D20 roll here, table. So one is like, these are really cool. I will uncover a relic from Isle Cross and become famous, but the relic will exact a terrible cost. This is my favorite. I will hesitate at an important moment. Another person will suffer for it. That's so cool.
Yeah, I like prophecies. Prophecies are dope. You can work them into
character arcs and character development and stuff. Yeah.
Lots of stuff you can do with them. Seems like a fine table.
Okay, great.
All right.
So some new backgrounds. You can be a grinner from the faction that we talked about earlier, the Golden Grin in the part 1. That's
you can smile. You can be a Volstrucker agent.
Which are like assassins and enforcers of the Cerberus Assembly, which we also talked in part 1.
Yep.
Yeah, and then some backgrounds to adapt. So if you're an acolyte, you can also try to be an acolyte of the Luxembourg, or a criminal working for the Myriad.
Yeah, these like adapt these adaptations don't like change things mechanically, but they're more just like reflavoring these certain backgrounds to help fit in the world, which I like.
Yes.
It's nice.
Also, sorry, is spy a background?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Spy is a background.
Fairly certain.
That's not true. That can't be true. Where's S? Where's S? Sage. Sailor. Soldier. Spies aren't a background. Oh, it must be from another book. It must be from another book because here is like a reflavored spy. The spy. I've never heard of that before. I knew it. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, so that was one chapter in an hour. Now we're gonna speed race through the other chapters. But that's because we don't have as much to say on these.
Yeah. All right. Adventures. They are adventures.
There's 4 adventures.
Mm-hmm. 4 adventures in this world. Yeah. They take the characters from first level to third level. Pretty short and sweet. They've all got little twists in there. Little things that the players can investigate. Several battles, random encounters if you want them. They all have slightly different like things they pull in from the world. You know, they're based in like different areas of the world, so you get to see like a lot of the world.
Yeah,
based on which one.
Yeah, they're all based in like totally different regions, and they all have kind of a different like vibe and like focus.
Yeah,
which is really cool. They're all very different. We haven't actually read through all of them, just in case we want to run one of them. Mm-hmm. One of these is Unwelcome Spirits, which is the adventure we'll be running for for a podcast. We're gonna record us running that adventure.
Indeed. I don't have much to say about these. They're adventures.
They're nice adventures.
Yeah,
nice, easy to run.
They're just fun adventures.
Yeah. Cool. It's cool. It just explores more of the world and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's just so cool that there's 4 adventures that are long enough to take a character from first to third level. 4 of those in this book.
Yeah.
That's just
quite
so
nice.
cool, and they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
They're all so different. Yeah, that's just really awesome. I really like that a lot. All campaign settings should have this.
Yeah, it's quite nice that they have these 4 adventures. They have the time and space to put 4 adventures into this book, so you can see those different parts of the world based on where you choose.
I like how adventures might work, or whatever. And also, these are 4 different adventures that you can kick off your campaign with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Magic items. There's a bunch of magic items here.
Dude.
There's some very cool ones.
These magic items are the best things ever. Okay, so there's a couple like nice little common and uncommon ones that just do a couple things.
I like this one that like it's an amulet, and you regain hit points when you drink a pint of like alcohol.
Yeah, when you drink alcohol. Yeah, that's the best. But yeah, there's a couple like new like common and uncommon treasures, little magic items. That's fine. There's also a couple like new like really crazy like legendary weapons, like the Blood Axe, Dusk Crusher, Acheron Blade. Cool, like these are some cool like legendary weapons or whatever. But we're not done. Yeah, so there's like quite a lot of these. Dang, there's also Prosthetic Limb, which is dope because people need their limbs to be cut off. Come on. Wait, what?
They're the Vestiges of Divergence, which, if you're unfamiliar with the concept, they are these like artifacts that go through these different stages. Typically, as players like level up and continue through campaigns and reach to different points, like in their story and things like that, where they gain more powers and they get more powerful as the characters do.
Basically, in the history of this world, there's this event called the Calamity, like big war between very powerful forces and gods and horrors and all this kind of stuff. And like these relics were given to heroes from like gods and stuff. These cloaks or axes or chains or whatever they are, just a bunch of different items. Some sick 2 chains. 2 Chains is actually a character in the history of this world.
He's one of the gods.
But now these items are lost and scattered, and your players can uncover them, and that's really cool. In the first Critical Role campaign, there was a big plot arc of them looking for these various vestiges of divergence. But yeah, like Abe was saying, they have a dormant state, but then once the person who wields them, like, has personal growth and stuff, they go into the awakened state, and once they achieve ultimate character arc completion, they get into their exalted state.
Yeah, I like the idea. I love the idea of abilities weapons that get better and better as the players do. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it kind of sucks like when you're like lower level or mid level and you get a magic weapon and you really like it, think it's really cool, but then it just gets weaker and weaker as you like level up and get access to more powerful things.
Mm-hmm.
Or perhaps it gets boring, you know, over time. This is like you can give your players something at a certain level and then they can still get new things from that way later in the campaign.
Yeah, what I like most about this is that it goes really hand in hand with character arcs and character growth and everything, and it's a way to physically and visually represent to your players that like when you feel like the character has reached the next point in their character arc or whatever, or has completed their character arc by unlocking this, and it just encourages them to role play and to play their character and to have that arc and stuff.
Yeah,
and that's really really cool. That's what I really like the most about these. Plus, they're so fun. There's all kinds of stuff. There's this visor that lets you like see through darkness and eventually like see through walls, and there's like a new spell book that gives you access to new spells and armor, and
there's a belt that turns into a storm avatar, basically doing these massive lightning damage attacks.
Yeah, there's a key that like unlocks doors, like all doors, and
that's
also,
so cool.
And eventually, like you can just put it into a wall and it creates a doorway into the wall. Oh, so cool. Yeah, there's actually not a lot of weapons here. There's actually just a ton of other things, which is really cool. There's, anyway, so there's some cool stuff. And then we go into the Arms of the Betrayers, which, by the way, can be your patron as a warlock, as we talked about in part 1 of this review.
Yeah. These also, you know, have, like, the dormant, awakened, and exalted states.
Yeah.
These are evil weapons which you
that have the souls of fiends that can talk to you in your head when you attune to them. And they're vicious, dude. These things are crazy. I haven't read really through every single one, but from what I've seen, they all seem pretty different and have a pretty clear, like, focus and theme. Yeah.
Like, so they work really good, too.
Yeah, they're also really
I really like this one where, in its dormant state, like, you can choose to deal extra damage, but doing so makes you take psychic damage.
Like, how far do you want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and they're all very detailed and long and nice and sweet.
So we're going to read all of them, word for word.
Anyway, those magic items, we don't want to spoil anything,
yeah.
Definitely if you're a player listening, but they're sick. They're really cool. I just don't know why he included so many evil weapons. I just don't feel like you're going to be playing a super... You know what I mean? I just don't know if you're going to have an evil party going through and collecting evil weapons. I guess you can use them for, like, the villains? I don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
Okay. Bestiary. Woohoo!
There's some cool beasties.
There's, like, 20, I want to say. Yeah, there's 20.
So, yeah.
I think like 20.
Yeah. You know, they've got aberrations, beasts, constructs, fae, fiends, humanoids, monstrosities, and undead. So, flavor. A lot of them.
Yeah, so Aryan Hunters are this new kind of, like you know, like the Yugoloths things, whatever those are called. Or, you know, like Arcanoloth, whatever, I forgot what those are called. But those things.
Yeah, it's like Yugoloths, I think.
Yeah, and they're like a race, they're like a group of creatures, but they're all very different.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, insect-like ones, and there's, like, alien ones, and there's, like, a fox one. So these are, like, Aryan Hunters, they're kind of otherworldly. Eldritch kind of things like that.
Bro, I'm getting a lot of like Castlevania vibes.
Yeah. And they're all just very different looking things. There's like a snake dude.
There's like multiple mouths on
all
his
over his body.
It's like this wolf dude with like an eye comes out of its tail.
There's a big nice little Sully, but he's green and naked. These are very powerful. They have all kinds of abilities. Most of them have to do with magic, so like they can like rebound spells, they can counterspell. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. I'd say these are some of the more interesting creatures in here. But they're not super unique or crazy. But they're really interesting and alien. And
yeah. Weird. Then we've got things like Blood Hunters, which is also a class made by Matthew Mercer. It's just like a stat block for an NPC Blood Hunter in the world.
Yeah, just nice and cool.
We've got Core Spawns.
Yes, which are like aliens, like insect, like Zerg aliens. Which are basically just like eldritch horror aliens that are coming from the rift and whatever. They're pretty boring, sadly. I mean, this guy has an ability called Psychedelic Orb.
Pretty
They actually are pretty interesting, but I don't know. There's nothing like just super standout unique to
Yeah.
about that. Oh, and then
With correspond worm.
yeah, the worm is awesome, but it's just like it's just like another big worm.
Yeah, it's just a massive worm.
Yeah. And then for some
Looks
reason,
cool.
this is really weird. There's stats for specifically a frost giant zombie. What?
Guess they're like a big thing.
There's
the
a-
Fighting North, I guess.
There's
maybe?
there's like rules in like the Monster Manual for like zombifying things or whatever. You know, like the zombifying beholders
Yeah.
and ogres. But here are specific stats for a frost giant zombie. I actually think that these are used in one of the
Probably
adventures. I don't know. It's challenge rating 9. It can't be. It's really weird
Maybe.
to me that
Like-
there's specific stats for a frost giant zombie. Anyway,
There's frost worm.
just
It's
another
a big worm.
just
It's
another worm.
frosty.
But it screams.
All right. Now, Gearkeeper construct. This is like
Skyrim.
Yeah,
It
Skyrim,
literally
yeah.
comes out of Skyrim. It's a ball with blades.
Yep.
It's cool. It's like cuts you up, and it's actually really strong. Gloom Stalkers,
yeah.
which are like big smoky dragons. They're a lot like
Just like hotbox the world.
they're like they're like fell beasts from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I think they're clearly inspired by that. They're like dark and shadowy, and they also have a shriek ability. I know the shriek is coming from the Nazgul and not the fell beast in Lord of the Rings, but it's that kind of vibe. Okay, best monster. Let's do it.
All right. Horizon back tortoise. Yeah. So it's this massive tortoise that carries a small village on its back.
Yeah.
It's so dope. So like goblinoids and other creatures like that like use these creatures like as their homes, and they travel through these swamps.
Yeah.
This swampland of their homes. Oh my goodness.
I love
it's so cool. And like the name too, a Horizon back. It makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the stats are nothing to
Yeah.
special. It doesn't have like cool attacks or anything, but it's a massive turtle. You can build a little village on its back. Well, not like a village, but like a pretty big
Yeah.
building. That like goblins can live comfortably on. I love the it's rich in concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so flavorful and cool. Like when you show this to your like party, like in the campaign, they're gonna be like, "This is the coolest
Yeah.
thing ever."
This caravan of massive tortoises with buildings on their backs.
Oh, it's a whole goblin army in there.
Yeah.
I love
so
that.
dope.
What I really like is that in like the theme about like war, that this campaign is rich with, like having a garrison of tortoises marching with like battlements of goblins on their backs and stuff. That's just so cool. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's a lot like the lion turtle from Avatar: Last Airbender. Just like a big thing with something on its back.
Yeah.
Obviously that's way bigger, but okay. Husk zombie, basically just a zombie. Okay.
It's a zombie.
Next one.
Marrow Shallow Priest.
This art is awesome.
It's like the Triton's evil twin. No.
Well, it's Marrows from the Monster Manual,
yeah.
but just like a spellcaster, Marrow.
Yep. Then we have more Bounders, which are just like
So cute.
quirky panthers.
They're like
I don't
quirky
know.
panthers, yeah. They're mounts. They're
Yeah.
panther mounts that are kind of insane.
But they just look so funny.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, the Nurglid, it's just like a big toad devil.
It's basically like a hut from Star Wars, but devil.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
fiendish.
actually. I would just have feet though instead of a sloppy little tail. There's really honestly nothing interesting about them. Okay.
And then they just like, the art just looks horrifying.
Yeah. Okay, then there's a little Sahuagin warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Ukatoa, which we talked about in part 1.
Mm-hmm.
A sea fury. But there's already a sea hag. So, I don't know.
The art's dope, though.
The art's really dope. Okay. Shadowgast, literally just a stronger version of a ghast or a ghoul. Swavane?
Swervane.
Swervin Basilisk.
Svane. I think it's Svane.
Sure.
Swavane. Basilisk. It's a basilisk.
In the water.
In water.
It's like a sea serpent, but what's really cool is that, like, if you hit it, you get stuck to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start to get petrified.
And like the art, it's got like this like petrified warrior with like a spear in his hand, just curled up in its tail.
Curled up. That's just so cool. I just love the concept of like a sea serpent that like petrifies people by like just wrapping them up like an octopus, but instead of suffocating them, they turn to stone. That's really cool. Okay, an udak is the scariest thing you'll ever see. It's like a big gorilla with like 4 eyes and a massive toothy maw, as Matthew Mercer would say. They're really strong. They're not super exciting. They're just terrifying.
Yeah, they're just like these massive, like literally gargantuan fiends.
6-legged gorillas, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool.
Yeah.
But it's just like typical bite, slam, swallow abilities.
All right, now the most exciting part.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, this is my
We've been
favorite
waiting for this, all right?
Okay.
How do you say it? Glossary.
Glossary? Glossary, I think.
Oh, okay.
Glossary.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so the arrow is a flying city of mages.
Alright, yeah, that's the glossary. Then there's an index. Obviously, the best parts of the book, and there's cool maps. Yeah.
There's a lot to this book.
There's so much to this book. So let's do some final thoughts now that we've finished our review.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts. We have to go somewhere very soon, so we gotta end this soon. But
So, if you're looking for something that stems from classic fantasy, a world that stems from classic fantasy, has a lot of detail on it, a lot of work has been put into this world, there's a lot of resources for you and your players to work with and to build campaigns on, I think this is a great option. Like, there's so much in this book that you can build off of as a DM, there's so much you can take inspiration from as a player. It's a beautiful world with a lot of detail already done for you.
Yeah.
It like stems from a classic fantasy world, classic fantasy like level. There's like slight, alterations from that path. But if you're looking for a new world, want to have a world that already has a lot of the groundwork laid for you, you have 4 starting adventures.
Yeah.
You can start your players with a ton of information, new information about races, new sub-races, new subclasses. I think it's a great book.
Yeah. Also, if you and your play group are fans of Critical Role, it's also cool. Because you can also kind of work in that stuff, and it's fun for them to be playing in a world of Critical Role.
Yeah.
If they're fans, so that's also a plus. As a campaign set, like campaign guide, this is fantastic. It has everything you need. It has everything you need. It has the detail of every single location ever in the world. If your party ever goes there, you know what to do. It has details of all the factions and societies. It's clear on like how do you run campaigns in this world. It has the whole pantheon, all the character options to create. How does a human work in this world? How does an elf work in this world? Whatever. Plus all the races they've basically like ever made, except for Triton, packed into one book is really cool. Gives your players so many options. The starting adventures,
Also,
the treasures.
a detailed history.
Yeah.
A creation myth for you already in there.
It's just a ready to play world.
Yep.
You can play any of these adventures 4 adventures to kick off your campaign. They're all really cool and interesting. There's so many cool, interesting things about this. I think it really succeeds as what it's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Which is, it's not telling you like new rules or anything. Like how 5th edition works, but it's just like now he's just like basically like a campaign. It's not like a module though. It's just like you can make your own campaign, but here's a world and here's everything you need to do that. And as a DM, I mean, it's such a good feeling. I feel like to have all this stuff. I'm excited to play this adventure for the podcast, to run this adventure. I think this is a great book. Me personally, I'm not super interested in the world myself. Enough, I feel like, to run like a whole campaign in it. But I love different points of it and concepts of it. And also, there's all this stuff you can also pull into your own campaign. Like, you like some factions, pull them into your campaign. You like Dunamis and Dunamancy and Gravity Magic, pull that into your campaign or whatever. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah. Also, I think this is a valuable resource for someone who's perhaps looking to build a campaign setting, build a world. Like, the amount of detail this has been put into here.
Yes.
And what is detailed.
Yes.
It's quite nice.
Yes.
To be able to see, like, okay, like, this is what I need to detail, like, for my world if I want to be, like, this kind of thing, where it's massive, detailed, here's the history, here's this area, here's what's in this
Yeah,
area.
I'm gonna want factions. I'm gonna want how races fit into this world. I'm gonna want some adventures, a bestiary of new, unique monsters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so cool. Great book. Good job, Matthew Mercer.
Thank you for listening, Matthew Mercer.
I know you're listening.
We know you're out there. You know.
Yeah, this is really cool. Definitely one of the cooler, better D&D source books. Because I mean, even if you don't want to play a campaign here, there's still just so much to learn from and to pull from.
Yeah. All right, that was episode 49, our second part of the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount review.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been nice going through this book. There's a lot to gain from it, and well, you've been hearing us talk about it for a long time, so we probably don't need to restate all the things we just said.
I'm excited to run this adventure in here and put that on the podcast. And guys, next week is our 50th episode. It's kind of big. That's kind of crazy. We just passed our 1 year anniversary. Plus, we're about to get our 50th episode, and it is our last class spotlight, you guys. Next week is the class spotlight on the wizard. It's our final one, and I would be very sad because it's been really fun, but we have a really cool idea to replace what the class spotlight, the place that it took in our series here. We have a really cool idea of what to do instead. Now that these class spots are gonna be over, we'll talk more about it as it comes along and as we figure things out. But I'm really excited for those as well.
Yeah.
But also just to dive into the last class.
Yeah. Dive into the last one, see it through, and the future of this podcast is going to be exciting. We've got a lot of things planned. Not entirely sure which ones we're going to get out.
Yeah.
But we have ideas, we have things coming, new things in the works.
Definitely on Discord. We're doing a whole new thing with Discord. Cool stuff.
Which is
there.
going to be out by the time will be announced by the time this is released.
Yes.
So basically, it's just going to be a homebrew review where I'm going to be breaking down a certain piece of homebrew, whether it be like a subclass, a race, a magic item, a monster, something like that. Breaking down like these individual pieces, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and just giving advice about building a homebrew. I'm doing a weekly series on that, and then every month I'm gonna hold like this little survey about what you guys want to see, what class you want to see, and I'll break down like a homebrew class, or if there's a specific piece of homebrew, a large piece of homebrew you guys want me to go through. I will break that down. It'll be all out on the Discord and hold discussions about it.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this. We've been wanting to like spotlight other things from the community for a while and like other homebrew things in the community, which is really cool. Just kind of spreading the word and getting people's work out there, stuff we find really interesting and cool. And hopefully you guys can learn a bit about like how we treat homebrew and how we kind of, how we fix things or whatever. But of course, if you guys have homebrew that you guys want to post as well, or you have questions or anything, DM us on Instagram, talk about it on the Discord, whatever it is. Let's have a conversation in the comment section of our YouTube channel, whatever it is. Anyway, so look out for class spotlight of Wizard next week. This cool stuff on Discord. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, play Mystic.